All right, so something interesting happened over the last couple of weeks. So Bill Ackman, this billionaire hedge fund private investor, he turned $27 million into $2.6 billion by betting that coronavirus would tank the market. Now, look, not necessarily a crazy bet, Krystal, but Tucker Carlson actually highlighted this story yesterday on Fox News, and what he showed is that Bill Ackman went on CNBC ahead of the crash and was saying, this is the end of America as we know it. It's over. It's a disaster. I've never seen anything like it. Basically, he was using his stature in the market in order to crash the market by having people in the market look to him to be like, oh my gosh, Bill Ackman says to get out. And what Tucker showed in particular, it was on Hilton hotel stock. He was saying, Hilton in particular, it's going to get killed. It's going to destroy. So people dumped Hilton. Guess who bought Hilton stock and who made a nice little profit off of that? So there you go. $27 million to $2.6 billion by basically inserting himself into the market process and creating profit.
How is that not illegal? That's especially with the specifics around Hilton.
Right.
Like, if you're saying, going on CNBC and saying in general, I think it's going to be ugly. I mean, a lot of people were saying that. We were saying that too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was to me, it was insane how long it took for the stock market to correct. And by the way, I think that the rally yesterday is also insane given the long-term damage that is being done to the economy, but put that aside. But when you're specifically talking about one particular company that you're short on, I don't know, that seems like market manipulation.
Yeah, well, I think he did it right out. Look, in the technicalities, these guys can get away with anything. But this is what Tucker was showing, is that through this and through so much what we talked about, how Wall Street's trying to milk profits out of coronavirus testing and healthcare sector and all of this. This is profiteering. This is all coronavirus profiteering. And we need somebody in the government to step up and say that this is not okay, that you're not allowed to go out there.
Maybe Richard Burr will get on top of
Maybe
this.
He'll pass
Kelly Loeffler. Get on top of this, Kelly.
When this type of cronyism and profiteering pervades the very institution of lawmaking itself, what are we supposed to do? What kind of plutocracy are we living in?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
This is the thing. Again and again and again, we have to return to this. The richest people in this country they're betting against it. They bet against our success. That's the fundamental difference between now and during World War II. Then, people were actually invested. They're like, yeah, America, we should all live. All this. These people, they'll make a buck if it means selling out our country. People like Richard Burr, who take a private meeting at that time and then use the system, use his knowledge, a private intelligence briefing, and use that knowledge to sell short stock while you were saying different to the American public.
Or how about this one? Here's a good one. Cruise lines. Looking for a bailout.
Yeah.
Coming hat in hand to D.C. begging for a bailout for their industry. Oh, are they organized here? No, they're not. They are incorporated overseas. Why? To avoid taxes. But now that they need help, that doesn't stop them. They're not going to the Bahamian government or the Cayman government for a bailout. They're coming to us, even though they are not American companies, because they wanted to shirk their tax obligations. Or how about this one? How do you like this one? Jeff Bezos, richest man in the world.
Yes.
Right? Amazon is one of the companies that is honestly cleaning up during this because we can't go to stores.
They're hiring 100,000 employees.
Right. So everybody's ordering everything that they need that they can possibly get, online on their phones, etc. But still, some of his contract employees are being hurt by this. What are they doing to help them out? He started a relief fund so that people could donate to his contract employees. Remember, again, richest man on the planet. One of the most profitable companies, biggest companies in the world, and they're setting up a relief fund to take public donations for their own contract workers. I want to be fair. They did seed that relief fund with I think $25 million from Amazon.
Great.
But give me a break. How is it not your responsibility to take it, that you're going to outsource the responsibility for these workers onto the general public? It reminds me of, do you remember this? I will never forget this. Walmart in Ohio that during the Thanksgiving holiday put up a sign in the employee break room asking fellow Walmart associates to donate food for those other associates in need. You're working again for one of the most successful, profitable corporations in the world, and yet they're asking fellow low-wage associates to donate food for those who are in need.
This happened again this week with Harvard. This is in the nonprofit sector, but it's the same thing. Harvard has a $40 billion endowment, and they are firing their food service workers. They're not taking care of food service workers and caterers and other than. And some people were even defending them online, saying Harvard didn't become great by paying its food service employees. It became great by creating theoretical physicists or something like that. I was just thinking, that is the height of just arrogance to say that coming up an institution which is geared towards research, which will change the world, is better than the workers who happen to work for these people. Same thing is happening right now in New York City. There's a lot of gig workers who were basically built on serving the needs of this rich population. Nannies, dog walkers, house cleaners, all these other people, 1099 contractors, essentially, small businesses and others, wiped out. People are working from home. The people who are working from home are making the same amount of money. They're not losing out.
Right.
They're keeping that money. They're not paying out to their domestic workers and others who have long stood by them and have worked to fulfill their needs and whims and childcare needs, all this stuff. Gone. They don't care about them. And it's causing a massive, massive recession for so many of these families. They have no money. There it is. The entire economy is built on serving people at the top. And then when the time comes, what happens? Jeff Bezos only can give $25 million. Bill Ackman manipulates the market in order to make $27 million to $2.6 billion. People on Wall Street look at that guy, they go, "Oh man, brilliant! Can't believe something like that." I look at that and I say, "That's disgusting."
Bezos soliciting public donations for his workers is says it all, guys. All right, we'll have more for you after this.